How's it going, guys? Davey here from PhoneBuff.com, and today I'm doing a what's on my tablet video on my Asus Nexus 7. So this is actually my day-to-day driver when it comes to a tablet. You know, I have other tablets such as the iPad and the Galaxy Note 10.1, but this is the one I prefer to carry around on me because, you know, it's small, it's light, and of course it's running the latest version of Android, which is Jelly Bean 4.1.1. So it definitely gets the job done for me. I'll go ahead and show you, what's on it. So first thing you'll see is, of course, the home screen. It's completely empty. All my home screens are actually empty other than the main one. And all I have is the weather widget, which gives me the time, which is definitely something that you want. I don't want to be looking at the time on there. And I get the weather for today. I get a little preview of the upcoming week. And then, of course, I get the date on the left. And, these are little shortcuts that you can tap. I can tap on here. It'll go to my calendar. And then I can tap, of course, on the clock. It'll go to my alarm. And then if I tap on the little weather over here, it takes me to my weather widget. And what's cool about this is I could actually scroll through different cities. So this is HD Widgets. I did a full-on review on PhoneBuff.com if you guys want to check that out in more detail. But anyway, that's what I have on my home screen. At the bottom, on my taskbar or dock, I have, of course, Google Chrome, because mainly I use the browsing on my tab. For everything else, like a lot of my apps, I use my smartphone, but on my tablet, the browsing is the main feature that I like to have on here. Of course, I have a calculator if I want to do a quick calculation, and doing it on here is pretty huge, so it's pretty cool. I have this app right here, which is called Catch. So I'll go ahead and show you guys this really quick. I'm probably gonna be doing a review on it in the future. This is actually my new note-taking app. I used to use ColorNote, which I definitely still like, and there's some advantages that offers that this one doesn't. But this one has a really clean user interface, and you'll notice that this is a theme when it comes to my tablet. I only like applications that have, a very clean user interface, especially if they have like an ICS design guideline, type user interface. And of course, it's gotta work good too. So it's not gotta look good, it's gotta work good. So this one, fills both needs. So you can see I have a few labels over here. I can go ahead and tap on PhoneBuff, and you can see I have a little checklist for videos. So, I just made this really quick. Of course, right now I'm doing a what's on my Nexus 7 tablet. You can see my next video is gonna be why I don't root my phone right away. But let's say I'm, done with this video. I'll just go ahead and check it, hit back and save it. Of course, you could attach a file, you could attach a photo, a voice memo, or a reminder. You could share it, of course. You could favorite it and delete it up here. And what's cool is up here, you could actually go into different spaces. So basically they're like labels, and I have one for PhoneBuff, and I'll have a few others. I just started using this recently, but definitely like it, so check that out. But of course, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a review on it in the future. Got my Gmail app, which I have 2 of my Gmail accounts on here. Of course, I gotta use that. Have Google Play right here because I definitely like checking out new apps on my tablet, because it's pretty fun, especially like games and stuff with this NVIDIA processor. Got YouTube, gotta have YouTube on here. So I'll go ahead and show you guys my feed really quick. On my tablet, I actually have a different account logged in, but it has a lot of like educational videos that I'm subscribed to on here because it's pretty cool. Anyways, go ahead and go into my app launcher, and you can see I have a couple of apps. On the top left, I have Google Analytics. So this is basically how I check my stats on like PhoneBuff.com to see how many people visited. Of course, I have my banking apps for Bank of America, Chase, and I have Capital One, but I don't have the Capital One app on here because it doesn't support the full screen mode of my tablet yet, so it doesn't make the cut. Of course, you guys see Catch, calendar, camera, pretty basic stuff, Chrome, of course. My file explorer that I use is ES File Explorer, so I use this on my phone and of course on my tablet. I just like it because you could customize it. Right now I have it in the list mode. You can make it grid mode. It's really clean. It gets the job done. The menu options are great, and it's free, so can't really beat it. And also, if you're rooted, it takes you up to the root of the phone or the tablet. In this case, like I said, I'm running complete stock, so I'm not rooted just yet. Of course, I have Facebook. I don't really use Facebook all that much. Same goes with the Google Plus. I don't really use it, but they're good apps, and I do, occasionally go on it, so I'll have it. I have Flipboard, which is really cool. I just recently started using this maybe like a month or 2 ago, and I like it, being able to read through articles like this, and if I want to see more, just tap on it and go to it. But that is that. What else do we have in here? Fox Sports, something I definitely love having on my tablet. When I'm watching football on Sundays, or if I'm watching basketball, I just open this app up, and that way I'm able to, keep track of all the stats, keep track of my fantasy teams. I'll go to scores, for example, and then be able to see all the stats. Well, this is an upcoming game, so I won't be able to see it. But anyway, Fox Sports, the reason why I choose this over the ESPN app, I used to use the ESPN app, but the ESPN app doesn't look as good, and like I said, I really wanted something, basically with my tablet, I'm really, really picky, and I wanted something that looks really good. You know, on my phone, I use the Score Center app still, but on here it's pretty cool because you have videos that you can see from Fox when you go to media, and you can watch them right on your tablet. And with such a big screen, something you'd probably want to do. Let's go ahead and go on. So I have the global application. It's called Global. Basically, this is just a little demonstration of the NVIDIA, Tegra 3 processor. Whoa. Gotta turn the volume way down on there. So basically this shows off the graphics over here. I don't know, I just have it on here because it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a show off thing when someone says, oh, what kind of tablet is that? And I go ahead and start bragging. But anyway, that's the global application, HD widgets. Mint.com, I'm not gonna log in because that's all my personal finance stuff, but I definitely recommend this. It's a great way to keep track of your finances. You get to see your net worth, and it's one of the best ways to actually keep track of your expenses. As you can see, I have Zillow right here, which is mortgages. It lets you, calculate, how much a loan payment's going to be, how much the interest is going to be, etc. The reason why I have it on here, and along with my Trulia app right here, is because I am looking for a new house right now. So that's why I have them. Of course, I'm not going to have them all the time. So might not be something you're interested in if you don't, or if you're not looking for a new house. Anyway. This is the Tegra Zone, which is basically what you'd want if you have a Tegra 3 or a Tegra processor. This gives you all the news right here. You get games that are supported, specifically for your processor, like Dead Trigger. I've done, reviews on the channel before about it, so I won't go too far into this. Apparently it won't let me back out. You have to hit home. But anyway, I'll go on. What else? Google Wallet on here. I've never used it. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to use my tablet for that. But, oh, Papyrus. I did a video on that as well. It's basically, it's not a note-taking app. It's more or less like what is it called? Whoa. A little painting app, so you could draw things if you want. So that's pretty cool. I did a full-on review on that if you guys want to check that out. The only app really on my phone, or on my tablet, should I say, that doesn't really meet the design guidelines is this Volume Plus app. You can see like it doesn't actually fit the whole screen, and it has the old gingerbread settings layout. It doesn't have like ICS. Hopefully the developer updates this soon, but it doesn't really matter to me because I only use this for one thing, and that's to amplify the speaker on my Nexus 7. The speaker on here is pretty weak. I talked about that in my review on the Nexus 7, but it's really weak. So when I don't know, it seems to be a theme with Nexus devices lately, but I enabled this guy and it sounds like it should, which is good because watching YouTube videos, like I mentioned earlier, would be really hard to do with that weak speaker. But that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, I'm very, very minimalistic. Actually, I didn't mention one thing, Uverse. So I have AT&T Uverse for my, TV, and I could go through, all my recordings, manage them, and delete them. Still kind of sad to see that, the iPhone version or the iOS version has a better Uverse app because you actually have like a remote where you can control your TV from your phone or tablet. The Android version doesn't have it yet, which is pretty much has been the theme for over the last couple years. Like the iOS version gets a new feature first, and then the Android version gets it. But not that big of a deal to me. I mean, I have a remote. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, everything else, the stock, browser, I do it on there. I have, of course, Google Now, and could do voice search and all that good stuff. So that's pretty much all I need on my tablet. Like I said, the main thing I use on here is the browsing. And lately I've been using the Trulia app for real estate listings a lot because it's a great way to be able to actually go through. I actually prefer looking at it through the app than actually going to the Trulia website, which is, it says a lot. But oh, I forgot one more app, TED. So TED is just it's kind of like it's a website that lets you see a whole bunch of videos from speakers that talk about, pretty much educational stuff. I'm really into that kind of stuff. You could look into, for example, I'm really into science, so I could go into the science on, for example, the brain, and watch a whole bunch of videos of, the professionals or the industry experts that talk about the brain and all this stuff. So I definitely like that. I check out those videos once in a while. I like to have it on my tablet versus my phone because it's a bigger screen. But that's pretty much it for what's on my tablet. Very minimalistic. Like I said, I like to keep it clean. But thank you for watching the video. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.